guys, how's it going? This is gonna be a random out of nowhere video because this is basically just me voicing them out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and come out with a vague intro about it because I want to add longevity to the video. At least I'm being honest with you. Yeah, I'm being honest with you. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back in time, 2016. We can all agree that that year was a crap year, and that not only was 2016 a crap year, but it would be the start of the 3-year bad streak. You know what, don't get me wrong, 2018 is a bad year, okay? People have tried, there was the best of 2018, but the best of 2018 got overshadowed real bad. And, yeah, 2018 is still a bad year. But no, let's go back to 2016. 2016 was a bad year, but however, there was the best of 2016 in games. So, of course, when the best of 2016 came out, they ended up becoming good. And not only did they just be the best of 2016, but the best of 2016 were basically there to help us go through 2016. And one of those games happened to be Final Fantasy 15. Now, everybody knows of Final Fantasy's history. Alright, and yeah, it started out as Versus 13, and basically everybody was hyping for Versus 13 over Final Fantasy 13 Vanilla. Especially when Final Fantasy 13 flopped, which I'll get to later. But however, when Final Fantasy 13 flopped and didn't do so well, basically Square Enix kinda took Versus 13, cut all ties to 13, having absolutely nothing to do with 13, basically gave Versus 13 its own world, its own story, its own thing. And that's basically, they kind of took the Versus 13 and then switched it to 15. And then there you have it, Final Fantasy 15. And pretty much after so many years, the game finally came out, and everybody started praising it. People had doubts about it, but however, Final Fantasy 15 was good, and let's all agree that it was a huge improvement over 13. It was like a huge redemption. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the open world aspect of Final Fantasy 15. I have to agree, it is a huge thing for the series, because basically, not only do you get to go to all these little extra dungeons and do all these side quests, but however, you're introduced into this big, huge, vast open world for you to basically explore. Not only that, but basically drive in, because basically, you end up just like, you have the ability to basically ride along or drive this car called the Regalia with you and your guards, or you and your party. And so, you and your party basically go on cars, or you go on this car, you got your pair set of wheels, and you're going on this road trip to basically, like, wherever you gotta go for some wedding, only to basically then, I'm adding this, which basically switches into basically reclaiming your throne, because the Niflheim Empire is, the fucking Imperial people love their shit. Love to start their shit. They love to start their shit. So basically, when you're on your quest to basically getting a hold of the Oracle of Lady Lunafreya and basically reclaiming your throne and getting a hold of the crystal, and basically getting these Imperials to go fuck themselves, you're on this wonderful road trip, and you get to go through dining places, you get to go through restaurants, and another interesting thing that really comes from it is that you only level up and like get your EXP gets put to use, and you end up leveling up through resting. And that's where the resting aspects really get the revamp, because not only are they used for leveling up, but however, you do have Ignis like becoming a chef and like cooking up all of these meals and cooking up these food recipes, and not only are these food recipes like looking nice, they're here to look, they're not just for looks, they offer stat boosts to the party. And what's really interesting about that is also you can go through like various things, like you can make like some pasta, some omelets, and let's not forget to mention cup noodles because of that little deal going on with Nissan, because Nissan started collaborating with Square for their cup noodles. That is really funny and interesting. Now, another thing that's really interesting is that there's side quests, but also there's hunt quests that give you like gil and extra items, but however, they're perfect and great for level. There's the daytime, nighttime shenanigans where you get like nighttime monsters, and then daytime you get the monsters that usually appear. Okay, so there you got those kind of things, and basically add in all the little bonus dungeons, add in all the interesting little things, add in all the little side fights, and your main story thing, and pretty much you get yourself an interesting open world. And now, like I said, where it does get experimental is that you get this open world for like a majority of the chapters, but then after you reach that certain chapter, it starts to become more linear, and it becomes more focused on you basically going up and getting these Imperials to basically fuck themselves, and getting the ability and getting the firepower to do that. So yes, that is, like I said, that's where Final Fantasy 15 becomes that experimental thing. Okay, so Final Fantasy 15's battle system is entirely new and out of nowhere, and I do understand there could be one reason as to why that new battle system was implemented. It's just that what happened with 13, they did something with 13's battle system to the point to where they ended up stagnating the hell out of the traditional battle system, which kind of gave them no choice but to basically give 15 an entirely new battle system. So I think that could be the reason why, and that can be understandable. But however, the battle system is very interesting. The new battle system is a breath of fresh air. It feels fantastic. But however, it does have some heavy flaws, and I do see where people come from. And pretty much Square Enix needs to heavily address those things, because if they're gonna make this new battle system in 15 their new traditional battle system, they're gonna have to go and basically fix these major flaws and start understanding where these people come from and start getting these situations addressed. And yeah, we can agree. But however, the battle system is fantastic. It's a huge revamp, and it's very interesting. It's very intriguing for me to take a look at, because that's very interesting. You end up kind of like, the potions they'll give you, like, they'll heal you, except that they'll only heal the health that is available to you right now, unless you want to restore health available to you. If you want to restore yourself at max health, that's where these elixirs kick in. So that is very interesting, and also there are some new defensive mechanics like hiding behind and warping to another place and all that jazz. So you do have that kind of stuff. And also, I barely ended up dying, but however, I did end up getting knocked down, end up getting incapacitated a lot. There were times where I had to basically spam potions, but there were times where I had to throw in a Phoenix down. But however, we can all say that the battle system becomes streamlined. It gives more of a window of opportunity, but however, the fights do have their challenges, and that is something we can all agree on, while the battle system has its frustrations. Yeah, we can all agree to that. Now, Final Fantasy XV's story, it still ended up becoming strong. And really, I think what happened here is that it's the characters and basically the character development and basically what's going on around them that really helped them out. But really, if you want to get into something about the lore and all the shindigs, let's just say the majority of Final Fantasy XV's story is, let's just say, heavily flawed. It does have some issues, and I see where people are coming from, but I'm glad to see Square Enix give, like, DLC episodes that not only give like extra things for people to do, but also give more elaboration on 15's story. And that is really good. And wow. And I am happy to see that Square is doing that. And I am fully aware that Square is totally doing that still. There were moments in Final Fantasy 15, definitely. Especially the ending of Final Fantasy 15. My goodness, was the ending of Final Fantasy 15 very satisfying as hell. And yes, I've managed to beat a Final Fantasy game. This is my first Final Fantasy game that I have beaten. Damn. Am I right? God fucking damn. Okay. Took me long enough. Holy crap. Anyway, let's keep on running going. The ending was so satisfactory. It was satisfying as hell. Okay? Satisfactory. Satisfying as hell. It was really happy. It was really fantastic. And pretty much the story had its moments, even though there were some heavy flaws with the story. So it stays strong. It doesn't let you down, which is good. Alright, so I ended up getting it on PlayStation 4, and I ended up getting the Deluxe Edition because it was, like, heavily discounted. And basically, I was like, oh shit, I'll jump at the opportunity, hell yeah. But then, however, I ended up getting a hold of the PC version as of right now. And yeah, I know, yeah, I bought it a second time. That is interesting. So I was wanting to see how the PC version would do compared to the PS4 version. Well, actually, to be honest with you, it's so that way I could free up memory on my PS4 by basically deleting Final Fantasy 15 on my PlayStation 4 while downloading Final Fantasy 15 on my PC. Okay, so when it came to the PC port, it was fantastic. It's a great port. It does have performance issues. You do see performance dips. Alright. We can all come to an agreement it does have its performance issues. However, the PC port is fantastic. I could play this on my new desktop. I could play this on my laptop when I'm somewhere. It's very interesting, and it's nice. Basically, let's all cut to the chase and go to the overall. Final Fantasy 15 is a very interesting title. Not only that, it is good, and it is an improvement over 13, which is fantastic. This is exactly what people wanted out of a Final Fantasy game. Okay? Final Fantasy 15 is that damn good. It is recommended, though a lot of people will debate against that, but however, Final Fantasy 15 is a good Final Fantasy game. Not only that Final Fantasy is worth checking out. If you haven't played Final Fantasy 15 before, go ahead and check it out. You'll end up disappointed. Some will end up disappointed, but however, some will feel grateful for what Final Fantasy 15 has to offer. It is a great game, so it's worth checking out. Anyway, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video.